morning, subs. I've got my makeup on.
Become the flower arranger.
I know. These are the flowers Mark bought me.
They smell good.
But I just put them in a vase because I was knackered and didn't... I mean, I'm no flower arranger, but aren't they pretty? Thank you. I love them. Oh, God. We're both knackered, subs. Knackered.
I left you on your own, so I knew that you could just sleep. I didn't want to be waking you up. And then I walked into the room, and there was your peachy bum just in the air.
Mark! I was saying to Mark this morning, guys, I'm so nervous now about India. It's just so different, isn't it? It's just such a different country.
As I kept saying, just take it step by step, like everything. Each part of the journey, break it down.
First.
Everything doesn't all happen at once.
Yeah, but I'm worried. It's like we get to Dubai, and then we just got to get ourselves to the next flight, and there's only they just said you're on your own.
Well, yeah, but
so there's no organisation.
Like they're going to abandon you and blindfold you. You're all going to be together, knowing that there's a connecting flight, and there'll be signs saying.
And it's only an hour, and apparently it's a really tricky airport.
You're pretending civilization hasn't developed over all these years. Dubai is one of the most advanced modern
No, but I'm talking about the ridiculous travel anxiety that one overthinks these things.
Yeah. And that gets worse, they say, as you get older.
That's why I'm just trying to... I want to be more like a teenager where I just go, well... Like, I haven't even got my visa done yet.
Yeah, but you have actually lived like a teenager most of your life, which is why you lose passports, why you lose your phone, why you have to run back onto planes constantly.
Oh, God,
so I don't think being a teenager is anything new.
No, I don't want to have the same sort of like over-worrying, over-preparing. But the packing is a nightmare. Because when we arrive in Delhi, it's 30 degrees.
Yeah.
Then where we're camping, it's 20 in the day and then very cold at night.
Yeah, it will be.
And it's just a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because you need warm... Well, have you got thermal underwear?
Well, I've got one.
Yeah. Are you going to be washing up there?
I don't know. What do you mean, like having a shower?
Yeah. There's nothing weirder than celebrities that smell.
And then there's 20 days. No, 20 hours. 20 hours back on the coach. And then a 14-hour flight.
Back.
I mean, this is a trip of endurance. If you haven't sponsored me already...
Just think though, when you land...
Come on, you could win tickets to Loose Women and meet me if you like me, and I'll look after you. And all you've got to do is donate, and Mark's going to put the thing below.
Why are you jazzed, Nadia?
I really want to make more money before I go.
You've really made 10,000. That's very
Nearly,
good.
I'm not at 10,000.
Yeah, but you will be. Oh, beautiful.
They look gorgeous. They look nice in the two vases, don't they?
Don't they?
Yeah. Oh, God, I've got such a headache.
Yeah, I've just taken cocodamol.
Oh, God, stress headache.
Is it stress?
Yeah, I can tell I've been doing that in my sleep with my jaw because it's right up the side of my head.
And subs, my neck is killing me. I don't know what I've done, but I feel if I look a bit stiff... It's funny because me and the girls yesterday saw a film called Good Posture, and all day I didn't feel like I had good posture.
Yeah.
So Nadia, as we said, is at home. She's had a tough week. It's, as I shared with you, it's the funeral of Liz next Friday, and I think it's hit her like an absolute truck. I mean, Nadia knows that I recorded a message. It's been an odd couple of weeks, really. In fact, I haven't really touched base with it. It's been an odd couple of weeks insofar as Nanny Di's wanted to push on. Yeah. She's not wanted to talk about it, and then at the same time, she wanted a sort of strange commemoration. So she kind of said, if you can do a message of sorts, it would be nice. But it's been so bloody tough, hasn't it? And on a week which was World Mental Health Day, it's just been a really important week for remembering people who are struggling, and remembering why organisations like Mind and the Samaritans and things like that, and the 12-step programs are all out there. The idea that there are numbers you can call, and I was saying in the thing I did in the week, it doesn't matter if you don't need to find the neat fit with the right helpline. anyone will help because they know
anyone will
you'll need help. You know, it might be the Samaritans first, and you end up going to, I don't know, AA.
They'll put you to the right agencies.
Exactly.
Samaritans is a really good place to start.
It really is.
I've wanted to be a Samaritan. Have I ever told you that?
No, well, you kind
I've
of are a
always
good Samaritan,
thought that
aren't you?
at some point in my life, I'll be a Samaritan.
Well, you kind of have been
I would
in
love
family
it.
life. Well, you've been my Samaritan. If it wasn't for you, I'd be dead. You saved my life.
Vice versa.
Do you think?
I might have to polish you off now. You've got so slim, I'm getting jealous.
Just polish me off me. Sounds fantastic. Does it involve... Oh, it doesn't.
Mark, stop it!
Oh, gosh. Well, it's only 10 o'clock and I'm doing that thing that I love most at the weekend, bizarrely, which is going to Sainsbury's. I love it. I love the aisles. I've just done a list with Nadia. I'm going to go and get the food for all of the different recipes that she's got to test for the show next week. And I love it. There's something so comforting and nostalgic, and the first signs of Christmas will be there. And I don't know. It's not about the spending the money. It's not about that. It's just... What is it? It's definitely hardwired into my family history. Anyway, good news. Nanny Di is feeling... No, she's not feeling better, but she's actually reached out and said she wants to come sooner. So I'm going to drive over and pick her up later. So that's nice to know. So she's heading over and we're going to do a live tonight, which you will have seen by the time you see this, because this will probably go out the day after. But here's a pet gripe. What do other people think? Window cleaning. So our window cleaners came this week. I think window cleaning is a total waste of time. I don't think cleaning the windows like the patio windows like Nadia does to kind of see through them is nice. You know, I get that. That's kind of like spring cleaning. But cleaning the windows at the front of the house when it's raining, we've had them cleaned and then it rains. What's the point? What's the point? I don't get it. It seems like a pointless waste of 10, 20 quid, whatever it is you pay someone. And okay, admittedly, I don't want to go up a ladder and be cleaning the windows, but I don't get it. Nadia loves these things, these little details. Oh, no, we'll pay someone to do that. I don't want to pay anyone to clean windows, especially when it rains on them. Does anyone else get that? It's a pet gripe of mine. Window cleaning. When I'm cleaning windows. I used to love those films when I was a kid. I used to watch them with my granddad. Do you remember Norman Wisdom? And he'd always have a pail of water on the end of a plank or a piece of wood, and he'd be turning around. Or was that Laurel and Hardy? Can't remember. Anyway, off to the supermarket, and I have bags for life in the boot, and that makes me feel full of life. So I've arrived at the supermarket and I've just been listening to the radio, and it does look like this week that Boris Johnson may well be getting or succeeding in getting a negotiated departure. Now, you know that we are Remainers, but here's the thing. This is where pragmatism is an important thing. We've always been Remainers and we would advocate remaining, and we would love and prefer a second referendum, and we would prefer not to leave. But if a departure is happening, I think what a lot of leavers need to understand is that a lot of Remainers simply want it done in not such a cavalier, sort of irresponsible manner. We want it done in a managed way that makes it as seamless as possible. If we have to leave, then obviously it's much more preferable that it's negotiated and managed. So I feel kind of strangely optimistic. I can't even say it because I'm so excited. Strangely optimistic about Brexit. What's the likelihood of that? Johnson? I've even done my lists in aisle sections and areas and themes so that it's even more enjoyable to go around the shop. What am I becoming? What am I becoming? And there it is. Christmas bags. Gift bags. The first ho 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 I've seen. And it's there. It's official. It's official. Christmas is here. Christmas is on its way. Coffee time. Nadia's putting on her face over there because she doesn't have Lisa Mejuto alongside her all the time.
I miss Lisa.
I woke up this morning, turned around, looked at Nads, and she looked...
Who the hell is she?
No, I didn't. You look gorgeous as ever. It is my coffee time. So I'm going to actually film the process of drinking a double espresso because, contrary to popular opinion, I don't think anyone likes drinking a double espresso. It's more what it... Because it's what it promises it'll do for you.
But it's exactly the same hit of caffeine. Exactly the same.
Yeah, but a cappuccino feels unhealthy.
Weird.
What do you mean it's weird? It's not weird, it's just...
Why would you want to feel unhealthy?
Hey?
Crazy boy.
Crazy boy!
Sure, crazy boy.
Now, I really love these mugs, these coffee cups that Nadia got, but they're not big enough.
I know.
Such a shame.
Because
Because they're joyful and they're triumphant. And here it is. Whereas I love these. We've got these in Margate. Aren't they gorgeous? If you see my t-shirt, look. It's not called Woodstock. It's called Clone Stock. Do you know why it's called Clone Stock? Did you know that stormtroopers were clones, Nads?
Huh?
But you didn't know that, did you? That underneath every stormtrooper's exterior is a cloned individual. Yes.
Can I just show the guys this lipstick? I've got given it for free the other day. I bought Clinique and I got it in like a free pack.
But that means I have to show your face
And
pre-makeup.
it is, no, I'm not. It's a chubby stick. Oh, it's called Super Strawberry. Look at it, isn't it nice? Just really natural. Super Strawberry. I just got it in a free gift pack.
Chubby
Really
stick used to mean
nice.
something very different when I was younger.
So that's a really nice new thing I've just discovered. And this, I really like this. CC. People are always asking me what I use.
Feels very Zoella what's going on right now. What is all this?
Oh, God, yes. So Ella.
Very Zoella, like just in the matter-of-fact everydayness of every day,
This-
we're going to stumble across her makeup bag.
This is a really nice mascara from Bare Minerals. Lash Domination. All my friends who are makeup artists says it's not to do with the mascara, it's only to do with the brush. That is what makes a good or bad mascara, and that is a really good brush. There you go. I'll just throw that in for free, guys.
Just chucked in there. Zoella style content for absolutely nothing. And then we're going to tell you that Succession is a series you have to watch. Because we also do TV
Oh my God, we're
recommendations.
obsessed with
It's
it.
obsessively brilliant. Brian Cox is brilliant. The entire cast is brilliant. There's
But you have to
addiction,
have-
there's
what do you
sex,
have to
there's
have,
business,
Mark, to be
there's...
able to watch
What do you
it?
have to have?
What's it on Netflix?
Well, no, it's on Sky, but I think you might be able to get it on Now TV. It seems Now TV seems to be a sort of gateway to other joys. But that's Nadia getting ready for something. I don't know what.
That's it. I just wanted to put a little something on.
Oh right. Oh, she just nearly knocked my coffee on the floor, and that would have
With
been
my
fun.
breast.
Look at this. Look at these. Hey! Bought by Lisa for Nadia. Thank you, Lisa.
Are they nice, guys? They're from Morrison's.
Morrison's, what, the
Morrison's.
supermarket?
She said they're really cheap, but aren't they lovely? Look, for a cocktail, a nice pink gin, or for like an Angel Delight.
I'd
or
love a
little
pink gin or a
trifle.
cocktail in there.
And look at this, Lisa got me.
What a fine pair of jugs. That's a jug.
Yeah, it's just at Stacey Stollerman's night the other
Stollerman.
night. House of Concrete Pots. It's great.
It's just like you, babe.
Oh, I wish.
I mean, I have to confess,
Love
as
a
I've walked
magnificent
past
pair
the
like
top, as I walk past this unit, every now and then I just sort of touch them and turn them round. It's not good though, is it?
It's funny though, you know, I say, well, I'd love a magnificent pair like that, but I tell you what, doing all this stuff with Copperfield, let's just stop hating our bodies, right? Because when you talk to a woman that's going through breast cancer and all that goes on with their body, let's just go, oh, it's just what I live in.
Yeah.
And it does everything for me. It walks, it jumps, it laughs, it smiles. That is all the body needs to do.
I don't do any of those things.
But every time you go to hate something about your body, think of somebody that's got
No, I
an
don't.
illness in that part of their body
Good.
and how much they would love whatever your body is like without the illness.
Go and check out the film of the four lovely trekkers
Oh,
that Nadia's
please
trekking with
do.
for their stories of not just diagnosis but hope too,
And you know
how you can
what?
prevent yourself and intercept a diagnosis early.
And do you know what? They've become my friends, all the women that I'm going the trek with. I cannot tell you, they read all the comments that makes me emotional. It's going to be such an emotional
I was going to say, I'm more concerned about you all
They do read the comments below, and it just
keeling over the edge of a cliff sobbing.
and it just means so much to them. The film that you made, they loved it.
Oh,
They said
don't.
they're like their real selves in it, and they love it. And also, I think reading your comments underneath the film has just really meant so much to them. So thank you. Loads of people haven't got any spare money to donate. Absolutely fine, but just watching that film. you know, makes a difference. And just look after yourselves. That's the thing.
Can I just say to all of your trekkers, there's something about me having edited them. I want to kind of run and give them all a kiss and a hug, but then it all gets a bit dodgy, doesn't it? Because I want to kiss them all en masse.
I just wish you could come and film it all. It'd be so amazing.
Oh, well, we were going to. Next time. Oh, sweetie. She really cares, this bird. She's a really caring bird. Oh, sweetheart. Oh.
It's just the time.
Get donating. Get donating.
It's just the time that we waste as women.
Yeah.
Fucking having a go at what our body looks like. You know,
I
me
know.
last week I was all like, I'm having such a fat week. I'm having such a fat week. I'm having such a fat week, and I've been so absorbed with telly and doing a food show and all of that, and just like going home, really worried about the trek and pushing it to one side. But I just think put my boots back on because I haven't had these on all week.
And actually, where are the priorities in life? No, you're absolutely right.
And I just thought, what the fuck? I mean, we hate these amazing bodies of ours that until they're unwell are well. And I know there's lots of people suffering with all sorts of things that watch our channel, you know, fibromyalgia, all the different terrible things that people have got. And it must be so frustrating for people that have got an unwell body to hear us self-indulgently moaning about the way that we look. And it's my battle daily. I'm coming from a place where every fucking day I'm having to remind myself of this lesson because I go to the self-indulgence of, you know, and I'm a nice looking woman. What more do I want?
No.
Why do I do it?
No.
Why do we do it, girls?
Why do we do it? We do it because we take for granted what we've got. So the biggest, most important... No, but it is. It's about gratitude. It's about gratitude for what you've got and helping others. I mean, unfortunately, the thing about physicality is you don't pay attention to how wonderful this miraculous thing is until often it's too late.
Yeah. Because it's like Christine Helenga, who is the founder of Copperfield, says, don't wait to get cancer.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. Because it's so annoying the way people wait till they've got cancer before they appreciate what they've got. But it is something we have to do every single day. And if you could see Chi-Chi's face now, can you turn the camera around?
I'm going to turn the camera around.
Oh my God, you missed it. Gently. When I was talking, let me see if I can recreate it, what she was doing.
What was she doing?
She was like this.
I think they need a wee, babe.
She was doing oh, for God's sake, shut
You know
up,
what you were
mate.
saying about really appreciating our bodies? Go back down.
No, shut up, Mark. This is why doing these things, as well as like raising money awareness and everything, to just push yourself to do so, we just get so stuck in the way of thinking, don't we? Just like on the hamster wheel, don't we? And we're just like doing and like thinking the same things about ourselves and beating ourselves up, and we just and working kids and husbands and wives and we just go on and we just get so caught up in our really sort of narrow thing that we're doing that we just forget how much we've got to be grateful for. And you know, this whole body thing with me, you've known me for 16 years. This whole thing, so it started with first of all having children. Like before I had children, I was just full of self-loathing all the time for my body. All the time. I mean, it just, when I look back on it, I'm ashamed. So then I had the kids, that started a new way of thinking. Used to every day go, oh, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly, I'm so... That started a new way of thinking, because how can you bring up girls and not infect them with some of that, the way that you think? Years. Then we did the big body confidence thing with Body Stories with Loose Women. That was a massive leap for me to be standing in a fucking poster in my pants. So that was a big leap. Then we've just done things, haven't we? Dressed up, done things on here. Worn a bikini. You wore a bikini.
Yeah.
All this stuff. Last week did that kind of nude, though not nude because you couldn't really see it in the swimming pool. All these things, it's like an onion just peeling off the layers of insecurity until you just get to the authentic self, which goes, this is what I live in. This is the body that this is what I live in. Never mind what you want different on the outside. This is what I live in, and it serves me well. And I've still got miles to go, but I've come miles.
I think there's always going to be a journey to make that. You're never going to.
There's always a
It's a
journey.
journey, as they always say. I know it sounds really
I
trite,
want
but it's
to
the
be one of
journey.
those
It's not the destination.
crinkly brown old ladies that is just like just so loving my body and
You
congratulate.
might walk
for
around
what it is.
naked.
Well, that's the next thing, isn't it? I've got to try and do it naked.
Why don't we walk around naked when the girls leave home? Just together, just walk around. Mind you, I'd keep knocking things over.
Mark.
No, but more seriously, on a more serious note, a friend of mine, Jonathan, used to say, Nads, when we were shooting, we used to do a history series. And this is a strange analogy, but it's an apt one. He used to say that people are so obsessed with the now and the steps they're taking in front of them that he said no one ever stops to look up. And he said, as soon as you look up, there's an entirely different world. And he was a historian and an architect. And he would point out all these things. And walking down a street I knew so well, suddenly it opened up an oasis.
Totally
It's the same thing with our bodies. It's the same thing with testing and finding out about ourselves. I mean, I'm useless at it because
Do you know why
I get
so many
locked into
people,
everything.
When they first start going to yoga or Pilates or these stretching, do you know why they just stop crying? Like properly crying? It's because we're so out of touch with our bodies because we're like this with them the whole time. And actually,
I'm not.
like,
I'm crying
I don't
because
even
I'm
put
in
cream on.
agony. I'm crying because I'm sweating in agony. I'm tense. I'm stressed.
Yeah, but we'll get
Often
there.
our yoga teacher's telling us about the third coming of the apocalypse. That's why I'm crying in yoga.
We'll get there. Are you coming with me this weekend?
Depends who's taking it. Anyway, this is my coffee face. Double espresso. Oh, just that little thing up the spine.
Jimmy, are you making people watch you drink coffee?
No, but I just wanted to prove
Oh,
that
that's
it's
not
not
interesting.
pleasant. It's quite interesting to me.
Subs, comment below if you find it interesting.
Oh, come on, subs, don't be cruel. You find it interesting seeing a face of an espresso drinker.
Idiot.
Oh my god. Kiki came in and said, Dad, I thought that was a photo of me. But when she was little. But look, this story was on the news yesterday. It broke my heart. It's the one you've been following, isn't
This
it?
story is for me, Nazanin Zaghari Ratcliffe's husband, Richard, a couple of times he's come on Loose Women. I think I've spoken about him before on here. He has dignity like you wouldn't believe. He just is so focused on supporting her in everything. Like a number of times he said, I promised her that she would make the decisions, all the decisions about Gabriella, their little girl. And he hasn't said this, but what I pick up from it was, because you know when you're imprisoned, all your rights, all your choices, all your decisions are taken from you. And it's so brutal what they've done to her. So he gave, can you think of a greater gift that you could give somebody than to give your child completely over? So his little girl has been living with his wife's parents for I think 3 years. Nazanin's now been in prison, and she goes every week to meet her mum with her grandparents in the prison, except when they put her in total solitary and they're torturing her and all the other stuff they're doing to her. Can you imagine what a lifeline that is for Nazanin? Anyway, a few weeks ago she made a decision to let her come home so that she can go to school.
Can I just...
Makes me so upset.
Don't. This is going to break your heart. Look at that photo. Look at her face. Look at her face. I literally caught myself in tears yesterday because it could have been... It's just...
Ratcliffe said Gabriella has been very brave. She told Mummy that she will see her back in London. She's promised Mummy she's going to be brave. It's just lovely to hold her again. I mean, on so many layers, this is just so awful. Because she now doesn't get to see her daughter. And don't forget, this is how she looked years ago when she was just fucking thrown in prison. Since her hair's fallen out. She's got lumps in her breast. They have lumps in her breasts. She's under such high stress. The doctors in the prison have said that she needs specialist doctors. She's not allowed to see them. And now she's given up her little girl to go home to the dad because she knows that's what's right for her. And now what does she do? There's so many people like her, people that are just imprisoned, across the world, and this is what Richard always says whenever I see him. He always says, you know, there's loads of people in prisons like all over the world like this that are taken for political reasons and used as a bargain tool. And fucking Boris Johnson made it so much worse for her because he didn't read his bloody notes and he put her in it. And they now use Boris Johnson's quotes. Do you know this? They use his quotes in the courts in Iran to ensure she doesn't fucking come out. Shame on you, Boris. Oh my God, babe, look. And she doesn't know. I mean, she hasn't seen him. She hasn't seen him for 3.5 years. He says, he talks to her on the phone now, and he, you know, again, he's got such, I feel embarrassed for crying because he never cries. He's so dignified. And he says, you know, she comes to the phone and she said, she hasn't seen me for 3.5 years. And she's like, yeah, Daddy, because she wants to go and play. And she speaks Farsi all the time now, you know. So they have got this massive relationship to build up. And do you remember when he went on a hunger strike with her and he said, you know, for me, he was sitting at Westminster, wasn't he? And people were coming up to him and talking to him and encouraging him. She was in solitary confinement, starving herself again. I mean, it's just disgusting. Such an extraordinary story, isn't it?
But what I didn't realise is that we reneged on paying £500 million worth of money for tanks.
Yeah. 400 million we owe them.
Well, I'm sorry.
So she's basically being held hostage for this money, and yet all the politicians.
But Nazanin and her family have been told by Revolutionary Guards they've had the debt directly linked to her imprisonment.
Yeah.
And it was an amount that was due, payable.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be America putting pressure on our government. There'll be an absolutely, you can't. It's like paying a hostage ransom. It's like paying a ransom.
Where there's an Australian woman that Australia has paid for her, haven't they? Jolie, is her name Jolie King or something?
But that's shocking. I mean, I can hear so many people saying a life shouldn't cost that much, but flipping egg.
No, but it's a debt we owe.
It's a debt we owe.
The debt.
It's a debt we owe.
Yes,
if
it's
it was
and
also if it was vice versa, we would be seeking that debt repayment.
Yeah, of course we would.
But because it's Iran,
we'd be furious.
That must be so shocking.
Can you imagine what
there's
that's
a
like
simple solution. So tell us.
Poached eggs, salt and a splash of vinegar.
There's quite a lot of vinegar you put in.
I know, it's a bit of a mistake.
Oh.
Did you get some nice brown Hereford eggs?
Yeah.
These are the very best. I was filming yesterday with Mark Sargent, brilliant chef. These are the eggs, always.
So they're brown. Why is that?
Brown Burford. He said they are the best eggs you can get. Because you know, like when you're abroad and you eat an egg and you go, why don't our eggs taste like this? These will taste like that.
You know what they look like? They're the colour of old grannies from Marbella.
Yeah.
Aren't they? That's the colour grannies go in Marbella.
It is.
Oh my Lord, what's going on over there, darling?
Oh, we're having bacon, we're having tomatoes.
You know, cooked tomatoes are good for prostate.
I know, I love cooked. I used to, when I was younger, I used to have just like 2 or 3 pieces of toast with just grilled tomatoes on it.
No.
Can you believe it?
Yes.
These won't be crispy enough for you.
Why do I always think these poached things look like a bra?
These are so good. Look at these guys. I got these from Oxo Grips.
Oh, these.
I'll show you in a minute how to do them.
They look like boobies.
You get really good poached eggs.
You could wear them as a sort of straight... It's the kind of thing Madonna would wear.
Madonna, yeah.
Isn't it? Sort of Madonna-esque.
So you just bring it up till it's got a little bubble like that.
Yeah, and then you can do this.
And then you just drop the egg in. And that does it.
Oh, look at you. Now she's got her own cookery show. She's doing it with one hand.
I didn't. I did it with 2. There we go.
So you can truly say, keep your hands off my banberries.
Hands off my banberries.
Is that what they're called, banberries?
No.
What are their names of
Burford.
the eggs? Oh, Burford. Keep your... Oh.
Do you want toast with yours?
Keep your burps off your nerfers.
Oh.
What are you laughing at?
I need help with the first thing.
Yeah, as soon as I've posted this, I'm going to come and help. Have you read it through?
Yeah.
So that in that
She
shop
laughing
there
at?
is the espresso.
I was about to record something. I don't quite know why Nadia was laughing in my face just then, but she does tend to do that. But Oh yeah, I wanted to show you this. So I can't find my hair mud. Do you know where my hair mud is, Ned?
Well, last time you were looking for it, we were in the car and you just went, do I need to put some hair mud on? And you turned around as if it was in the back of the car.
So you know what I just did a minute ago when I was in the bathroom? I went in, thrust my hand into my hair mud, scooped it out. That's what I'd scooped.
What is it?
Shaving foam. And I literally was at this point, all right, that smells different. I could have had shaving foam all over my head. That would have been, oh God, I've just now. Anyway, so there we go. What are you laughing at? Why do you keep laughing at me? Why? So I've spent the last hour, how long has it taken me to edit that? Hour. Editing Mystify the People.
Mystify me.
Documentary about Michael Hutchence that we believe Kiki and Maddie will want to see. Anyway, it's coming out next Friday. We've been to a preview and we're just uploading our review. And then I'm going to read the papers.
Me and Kiki.
Pardon, Kiki?
Time's Nan getting it?
Nan is I'm going to pick Nan up at 5.
And show them the ingredients.
Oh yeah. What are we making? Tiramisu. Now, doesn't tiramisu translate as small breath?
No, that's wrong. So leave your comments below what you think tiramisu means.
Oh.
Mummy, yeah, you're right. But do I pour it in here?
So what does it say?
coffee?
What's the first line say?
Make
And
it
pour into a
explosive
shallow
like
dish.
Yeah.
No, don't. We really don't want it to spill. Yeah, put it in
Because
there.
Love your t-shirt, Keith. Cowgirl. Cowgirls rock.
It's really hard, don't you find, Subs, to make a dish? Like, how often do you actually make a recipe from a book if it hasn't got a photo? I'll show you the photo of the one I made earlier.
I don't think I ever would.
What?
Well, because I wouldn't know if it was right.
Ah, there you
I
go.
like a pictorial reference.
Exactly.
Is this a bowl of coffee?
That is...
Typical Italians that they find a way of putting coffee in their dessert, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
Coffee, masala, and coffee liqueur.
Am I allowed that? It's got alcohol in it.
Well, you're usually... I mean, lots of alcoholics can't have any, can they? But you've often had your trifle and stuff. It's up to you, my darling.
Oh my God, does that mean I've relapsed, Kiki?
That's what me and Maddie was saying when you ate the trifle.
Did you say I'd relapsed? You see me afterwards, I was out at the bus stop kicking it in. What do you think, guys? Do you think she did? I don't know why she frightens me. She really frightens me.